Well, this was day 2 of the 365-day vlog and the first day of 75 hard. It was interesting. As I've explained yesterday, and first I want to say sorry for the audio quality. I took about 30 minutes today to figure out exactly what was causing that buzzing noise. The sound after I edited it was a lot better than what it sounded like, but hopefully we fixed all of the technical issues with audio. Vlogging is very interesting because you have to consistently have your camera on you, and today I experienced many thoughts as I'll go into this video, wondering if the autofocus was correct, wondering if the lighting was good, because what we ended up doing today had very sensitive lighting. Either way, all to be discovered as I kind of fumble my way through what I do see being a very well put together project. Today, I ended up waking up a little bit later. I spent most of my night up until 1:30 in the morning getting my first vlog edited, published, working out the YouTube thing, which I've never really done before. Thankfully, I watched a lot of videos teaching me how to do bits and pieces of Final Cut Pro, setting up the camera and things like that to make it easier. But last night I still found myself up till about 1:30 in the morning, just figuring out, making sure everything went well. Now that I'm fully in motion, the rest of my day was really nice. I ended up getting straight to my computer, focused on getting back in touch with my team. We are on a very big high right now. Everybody came back from New Year's safely. Holidays were wonderful for everybody. And there's an energy in the air right now that I can feel, and I'm sure they can feel it as well. I do see myself taking these next 2 weeks and probably having sleepless nights, if not very late nights and early mornings, because thankfully there was a lot of great interventions in just this day. I had people reach out to me who I haven't talked to in quite some time, well before Thanksgiving, and everybody's strategizing. I was able to join a mastermind call, which I'll play right now, where we were able to focus in on all of the tactics that we either were missing out on, were implementing at any point of last year. I actually ended up having a very good conversation with our instructor today when he says to assess before you hire, and being able to reflect on that today. I spoke with my 2 marketers. Actually, I spoke with all 3 marketers today. I didn't talk to my data side, but from their zone, I was able to just look back on that conversation and go, yeah, I know you're in the right seat. I know you're the right person. You're not giving off any red flags. It was incredible to be able to get that done today and still have time to do a lot of the work. Around lunchtime, I hadn't quite planned exactly what I would be doing today for my meal. I do know that with my 75 hard, I'm doing no sugar. I'm doing clean carbs, very low carbs though. I want to see myself a little more toned, a lot quicker. I'm doing cleaner protein. I'm focusing in on chicken and steak, primarily chicken and some eggs, no dairy, and unfortunately, it really kills me to say this, I'm doing no carbonation for 75 days. When I came to feeling hungry today, having about 3 to 4 cups of coffee, I was starting to get the rumblies, so I actually ended up making myself a very lean, I guess you can just call it garden salad. I ended up doing just some apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper, olive oil, and some minced garlic. When I was enjoying that, I figured, hey, I still have to get a lot of my stuff done today, so I ended up picking up my book. The first book I'm going to tackle this year is one of my favorites. It's called Never Split the Difference. I went through, knocked out my 10 pages, and then it dawned on me, I'm not going to go to the gym today. So I said, hey, with 75 hard, you can do the outside and the inside workout time all in one. I said, all right, I'm going to go hike. It was something that I anticipated doing yesterday, but today with the whole schedule, still really feeling I need to catch up to my planning, I just threw my hands in the air and said, all right, let's go for the hike. Wrapping up some of my day, it was time to actually plan. And one big thing that I'm proud of today is I let my entire team know ahead of time what my schedule is looking like. In the past, and a huge part of what I seek to change is time management. When it comes to leads coming in, it comes to closing calls that need to happen, just random taps on the shoulder. People need to know what I'm doing because they have questions or need something taken care of. The calendar has always been a super just gray blob. We ended up making our way over to the Mount Rubidoux. Yesterday I didn't know what it was called. I just know that in Riverside there's a big cross on a mountain that I've always been meaning to do ever since high school, and it was amazing. We started off by finding some really good parking. Didn't realize it'd be this easy to access the mountain. Some of these hikes that I've been doing lately have just been like parking across the street somewhere and just following the trail. This one was really nice. Come to find out though, there's a lot of shortcuts that people have made that kind of actually trick you into thinking that's the right way. We started hiking. The weather was beautiful. The sun was amazing. It feels good to really have a lot of sunlight right now, especially in December. We made our way all the way up, finding different paths and different things to stop off and see. By the time we completed it, it was still about that hour and 30 from start to finish. I'm sorry too, I'm also losing my voice a little bit. I think that I've been drinking a lot of coffee. When we got to the top, we explored a lot. We ended up finding some like rock formations that you can climb over and get better views of. And then we made our way to this humongous flag pole that had a really nice plaque, some really nice seating area to catch some of these planes that were landing in, which I did not expect either. There is an actual small airport just what seems to be 4 blocks behind the mountain, and we would see these planes, I would say about 10 passes, which is just what I saw. These pilots would come in, do their circled touch, and then go back out, and the planes were coming right by the side of the mountain. So right when I'm up at this area with the flagpole, we turn around and we notice this larger watchtower, and we went and checked that out. At this point, we're looking at our phone. It's already about 45 to 50 minutes into the walk. We're really just trying to get this over with before the sun sets and get some food in us because we both just had one salad today. The walk down was really easy. I will say that having found the paved side of this mountain versus what we started with, which was the sand and the dirt, was really nice. It was an easy walk down. We caught a couple more planes passing by this time, being more mindful that we would stop and see them, because as we came up, we hadn't paid attention to them, and now we're stopping to take a look. When we get down, we started thinking about exactly what we wanted to eat today. One of the bigger things that I seek to change this year as well is proper planning. So I was thinking about what I was going to eat, and I knew that I could just cheaply get away with it, like just fry a steak or something. But we ended up settling on wanting to get like a rotisserie chicken, some rice, something simple, and the craving started kicking in. I just wanted like a sparkling water or something with a little punch to it. Ended up just grabbing some water. What else did I get? Oh, I got watermelon and pineapple. That was my treat, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. I found that in the past too, having got to at least 45 days before, it really starts to dawn on you that limiting your diet has, a lot of mental effects where you're like now craving things you normally don't want. So fortunately, I just steadfast in the discipline, and I did get a couple guilty pleasures. We ended up getting some popcorn that has just like light flavoring over it, but I figured the popcorn would be a little bit of a motivator just to keep it simple, low calorie. When we get back home, I'm getting call after call, and I've had people who are hitting me up about real estate, and over there it's 10 o'clock. So I had a buddy of mine hit me up who is now wanting to work a little bit more every week on a Monday, and he wants to focus in on just working with more investors. So we had about an hour conversation on deals that we're doing in North Carolina, where we see some of our marketing going over the next couple of weeks, and then tying it off with just the fact that he has a couple buyers in some areas that I'm working. So it was really nice, and for him to do that at 10 o'clock at night was cool. For me, it's still really early since I'm still in California, but it was cool that we were able to have the conversation. Then I had a buyer of mine hit me up as well. I've been meaning to connect with him today. I think through his schedule, it was just a little tight, and he just couldn't get to it until 10 o'clock his time. And I just took a step back for a second too, and I told my wife, I just really am thankful for this opportunity to speak with people at these types of hours where most people are, sad to say, but either kicking back, just taking it easy, not really developing. So without getting on a high horse, it was just nice to be able to have that. I'm very grateful for those friendships and those opportunities with people. After eating dinner, I kind of knew I was cutting it close yesterday with my vlog, so I'll wrap it up today. I'm really excited to continue to do this. I knew I wanted to get in here right after dinner and just put a bow on my second day, be able to talk very candidly to not just myself, but to people who want to follow the journey. And that's pretty much all I have for today. Tomorrow I'm super excited. We're actually gonna knock out a really big hike that I've been waiting to do. It's one that I've done a lot when I was a kid, so I'm gonna do that before we end up going out to another city, and then just really see where the day takes me. So that's day 2, and I'll see you tomorrow.